Michael Jordan's fans, or fanboys, fangirls, whatever you want to call them, are not real basketball NBA fans. Most of them are very ignorant of the game.
They notes release overload. I got the clearance to make an appearance from heaven. They fearing when knowledge is spoke. Cadence of brilliance and injecting feelings. Production is splendid, so let's call it dope. No interference, I'm filtered appearance. They hate when you feel it and don't take the oath. In every sentence, I feel them replenish and bait for the killer. So hater, let's go.
What up though? I am your boy King Richard, aka the God of Rap from Creative Minds Entertainment, baby. This K and me. If you don't know, you better get familiar because I'm not going nowhere. Let's talk basketball for a minute. The average person knows nothing about the NBA and the team structure when it comes to salary, when it comes to organization structure. We're talking about merchandise. We're talking about the business of the NBA, right? I'm kind of ignorant myself when it comes to some of the business practices of the NBA. But what I do know is the game of basketball. And I know the game of basketball for a long time. Like, I know it really, really well. I can show you a clip real quick of me hooping to show you how I give it up, how I get down on the court. Let's go to it real quick.
You feel me? Do speak my mind, I don't care who offended. I keep it up, but so we gonna get with it. I be like, she be like, oh. But if she said did it, won't get my combo. No one I do trust, they might be them folks. Mentally witty, I know who popo. Headed to move like my brain on pesos. Blowing like hookahs, I splurge with the dough. Shot when I'm out, so I flex when I go. No jealousy loud, I be turned on for show. Reppin' the city, whoever is with it, just flexing a lot. Wow.
As you can see, I know how to play basketball, right? And I've been playing basketball like that, right, for about 20 years. So I know basketball. The 90s. Oh boy, the 90s, the greatest decade of all time, in my opinion. Or top two, and it probably ain't number two. They romanticize it, mythologize it. Is mythologize a word? Check the Wikipedia on there. Check the Encyclopedia and the Britannica and all that. Only thing they know about 90s basketballs is two things. Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. That's it. That's all they know. And they don't even know Chicago Bulls. They really just know Michael Jordan. And in their minds, and the lies that they've told going forward, is that Michael Jordan was so great that he beat everybody in the 90s. Which is partly true, but it's not actually fully true. That is a lie. And we're going to prove it today with footage. So let's watch a few clips of Michael Jordan in the 1990s. Now remember, he played in the 1980s and he didn't get close to the finals. Right? That's something that you'll never hear. A great player in the 80s, great player in the 90s, not so great player in the early 2000s.
There was hand checking, there was a level of physicality, the kind of stuff that'll get you banned from the league right now. They tried to do to Michael Jordan on a night-to-night basis. The game was considerably more physical. The road to prosperity was far more difficult.
This incredible 90s defense, holy shit, Lebron couldn't score on this. Tell you what, they don't make defenders like this anymore. This defense right here is too physical for my eyes. Look at this physical 90s post defense. Holy shit. Tell you what, folks. I don't think LeBron could score against these guys. These guys are really, really tough. I've seen better defense at my local YMCA. Back in the 90s, there were no cheap baskets, except for this. Here's a clip of MJ torturing the ice cream truck driver that goes around my neighborhood every summer. Look at this. Everybody's standing around, does a weak-ass pump fake, and doesn't even get touched till he gets to the basket.
Team is. Wow. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, Michael Jordan just survived that? How's he? Who? What? Prime Celtics, hardest road to the finals. Oh my gosh. I can't believe Michael Jordan just did that against the hardest defense of all time. No way. Okay, wait, let's check this out, Oh my, dude, he just got punched in the face. He almost died. Oh my god, hardest defense of all time, slammed in the face, punched in the face. Pippen, bro, Pippen just did this.
See from those clips, Michael Jordan did not play in an unrealistic, unrelenting era of defense. Sure, the 90s was more physical. The 80s was probably more physical than the 90s, especially around the late 80s. It was probably more physical in the NBA. Michael Jordan, just like any other legend that you can think of that has went to the finals multiple times or won multiple rings, had a ton of help to be successful.
Tom, do you feel like we're really like shine and showcase in this era?
AI, the scores. I mean, it'd be easy to score. There's no help defense. Most guys, 2 dribbles, you beating your guy. Ain't no help. So
What? Didn't they have illegal defense rules? If you tried to double team.
Yeah, I'm about to say, one, a lot of you guys that have this mentality that he has, y'all don't know the rules. Defense of the modern era at this point is becoming so underrated. And I'm sorry, but it's getting out of hand in the sense of people are ignoring how much skill and honestly savvy it takes to really be an offensive prominent player in today's league. Like, you have to know what you're doing consistently. You have to have a certain level of skill at the perimeter, because otherwise they ghosting your ass now. So if you ain't really got it like that, and you ain't really about to knock that shot, GG's to you.
Why do we have this ideology that more physical means better defense? More physical just means more physical. I agree, today's players in today's league should play more defense. And I would love for the league to change the rules just a little bit to give the defensive players a little more help, right? I think that the game would be beautiful if it went closer back to the early 2000s, when it was really good physically, but it was really skilled as well. The early 2000s, about that first 5 or 6 years in the 2000s, from about 2000 to 2005 or 6, the defense and the offense were pretty much equally yoked. And you can go back and look at certain clips and even the statistics from that era to see that that was true, right? We had 2 dynasties in between the eras of 2000 and about 2012. We had 2 dynasties, which were the Spurs and the Lakers. So at least we had 2 dynasties. Those would be the Lakers of the 80s and the Celtics of the 80s if they were in that era. But what I don't understand is, just because the era was more physical does not mean it was better skill-wise as far as defense goes. The league rules dictate how players play. If they make defense more of a priority through the rule changes, I guarantee the players of today will adapt. They will. But you have to also understand, players of today are way more skilled. So when we talk about somebody like LeBron James fits literally in every single era of basketball you can think of. He is the most well-rounded basketball player of all time. But that is not the players making those rules. That is the league. Blame the league. Stop blaming the players. People who are Michael Jordan fans who think he's the GOAT, or LeBron haters, which are usually the same fan base. If someone is a LeBron James hater, literally says LeBron James is an average player or is not a great player. If someone hates LeBron James, I'm telling you right now, they don't know the game of basketball. They know nothing about the game of basketball.
So stop listening to these LeBron James haters. No matter what he does, it'll never be good.
The youngest player in NBA history, I want you to understand, that means thousands of players before him, to go from 1,000 to reach every point milestone from 1,000 to 38,000. He's the youngest player. Now, there have been plenty of players that have played high school ball and went on to play in the NBA well before LeBron James ever was thought of. In his 20th season, still killing it, averaging almost 30 points. And yet you will hear a lot of haters say, well, they don't play defense no more. But he was playing back in 2003, 2004, when they were playing lots of defense. He was still averaging over 20, 25, 27, 30. It doesn't matter. So what we're looking at is a continuation of greatness. Excellence, sustained excellence. It's no longer longevity, it's now bronjevity. Put that up there for me. Bronjevity. Since when do we hate players for being great for a long time? So once again, I'm going to end this with saying, if somebody is a LeBron James hater, they are not real basketball fans.